Are you letting God love you? Are you letting God love you? You might hear the trumpeter swans here this morning. They're heralding the good news of comfort and joy about God's love this morning. And that's the message I keep coming back to. The whole journey is from fear to love. And I can't help but talking about this message. So are you letting God love you? There's an epidemic of self-hate, self-criticism, self-judgment, self-condemnation. It's just epidemic. And I've heard it said that all problems are psychological, but all solutions are spiritual. And that's what the Apostle Paul is talking about in Romans chapter 7 and 8. He's struggling with being worthy and unworthy. And he says that I keep doing the things that I don't want to do, those unworthy things that make him unworthy. And he says, I can't do those good things that I do want to do, those things that would make him worthy. And finally, he comes to the end of it in chapter 7 and the beginning of chapter 8, and he gives up and he throws himself on the grace and love of God. And he says, it's through Christ that we have the victory. And then there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. So he's doing this dualistic thing, and that's often what religion does. It can be so dualistic between the pure and the impure, the good, the bad, the worthy, the unworthy, the righteous, the unrighteous. And Jesus comes and smashes those barriers. And this is the good news of the gospel and of the love of God beyond that dualistic religion that Jesus had such harsh words against. So there's no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. So if God doesn't condemn us, who are we to condemn ourselves? Perhaps that's one of the greatest affronts to God, huh? If God doesn't condemn us, if God doesn't condemn you, why do you condemn yourself? Well, there's lots of different reasons. Easier to blame ourselves or pain from the past or whatever it might be. But I want to invite you to believing the truth about yourself. You are chosen. You are accepted. You are loved. You are redeemed. You are forgiven. You are cherished. And that's amazing. And if we would only believe that. So a prayer I want to give to you, and I'll use it as well, like every day for the rest of my life, is God, help me to believe the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is. And believing the truth, when the word belief occurs in the New Testament, it's really not just about intellectual assent, it's more about beloving, trusting the God of truth. So believe this truth. You are loved, cherished, accepted, chosen. You are not condemned. But even more than that, beloved the God of that truth and live in that love and grace. And that's beyond dualistic religion, and that's tapping into relationship that helps us move from fear to love. So once and for all, give up the concern of whether you are worthy or unworthy. Stop condemning yourself once and for all. And God, help us all to believe the truth about ourselves, no matter how beautiful it is. So until next time, she's way down at the other end there. I don't know if I can get her in. Until next time, may you live all the days of your life.